Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this series, but now it's time to move on to part 2. If you missed my first video, I'll be sure to have a link right up there as well as in the description below. This video I'll be covering phases 3 and 4 of the MCU. So this video will be the same layout as last time, but I've come up with different tier list names. The first one on our tier list is Avengers Assemble.
Avengers! Assemble.
Sorry, editing Stacey here. I had to pop on real quick because I had to watch that scene to put my video together, and I'm almost in tears because that scene is so beautiful. Anyways, back to the video.
This is something that Marvel fans had been waiting for since the beginning of the MCU, and when Captain America finally said it in Endgame, it was wonderful. I'm sure every theater in the world was clapping, screaming, having the best time ever, and then right after that, it's that giant battle with everyone.
I'm dead serious. Everybody go watch that movie right now. Okay, sorry. Back to the video again.
So that's why it's number 1 on their tier list. These movies are the best of the phases. A lot of us waiting years, literal years, to see these movies and see them on the big screen. The most iconic movies belong on this tier. Now the second category on our tier list is Try Me Beyonce.
Try me, Beyonce.
Because we all love Beyonce, as well as these movies. The movies that end up in this category are still iconic and really good, they're just not quite up to Avengers Assemble. Now our third tier is Dormammu, I've Come to Bargain.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
As we know, in this movie, he has to repeatedly tell Dormammu the same thing over and over again while he kills him. And so the movies that go into this tier they're a little bit of the same thing. It's not that they're not good, it's just kind of something we've already seen before. It could kind of also be classified as one of those movies that you could still watch over and over and over again, even though it's a mid-movie. The fourth tier on our tier list is You're Being a Really Bad Friend.
You're being a really bad friend. You bad friend.
Because that might be what your friend is if they make you go and see this movie. It's not super good, it's a little below mid, not the greatest movie ever, but not the worst. And the last tier is I Don't Want to Go.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. Please, I don't want to go.
I'm so sorry for making you guys watch that again. Back to the video.
I feel like that is a little bit self-explanatory. Arguably the worst scene in cinematic history. The movies that belong in this tier are movies that you shouldn't go see them. These movies are probably the movies that were either a really big disappointment or just weren't really good at all. Alright, now that we have our tier list set, let's get started!
Also, if you could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Alright, hopefully no more audio difficulties. This video is going to be significantly longer than the last one because I actually didn't realize how many movies are in phase 3. The movie that we are starting with is Captain America Civil War. I thought this movie was pretty good, honestly, and it's different than what we had already seen in the previous movies of the MCU. It is interesting also to see all the characters that are normally fighting together and, on each other's side, so much not on each other's side. A lot to unpack with this movie. We also get our first introduction to the Tom Holland Spider-Man, great Peter Parker. No, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this. Tobey Maguire, I feel like he looked too old for the part. Not that he was, but he looked too old at the time. Andrew Garfield was too cool. He wasn't that awkward teenager, I guess. It was also nice to not see him turn into Spider-Man, which we've gotten 2 times previously. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll talk about that in Spider-Man. Also, again, combining superheroes from other movies. Yes, I still love it. I will say I was afraid to watch this movie for a very long time because I thought they were gonna kill Iron Man in it. I mean, it still ended up happening later, but I wasn't ready for it yet. Actually, I was never ready for it. I do like that they took an interesting spin on this because there is a villain in the story, but he's not really a part of the story that much. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I think that's true. I will say it's not one of those movies that I feel like I could watch over and over and over again. But still, this is that phase where the Marvel movies, I feel like, just kept getting better and better and better. And I think this was a really good start to phase 3. I don't think it's a mid movie, but it's not Avengers Assemble. I'm gonna put it in Try Me Beyonce. I think that's a good spot for it. Moving on to the second movie on our list, Doctor Strange. Now, I personally think this is one of the more underrated Marvel movies. I really like this movie. I remember I saw it, I think 3 times in the theater. I actually can't even really tell you why I like this movie so much. I just really like it. I like that we're seeing more of the like magic side of the Marvel universe. I know we'd kind of seen it previously, but a lot of it is like alien related and like otherworldly planets related. I think it's fun to see more of the magic, for lack of a better word. His powers are really cool too.
All right, bye-bye.
I wish I just created a portal right there. And you can go anywhere you want. You just have to picture it in your mind. That would be really cool. It's also where we get another introduction to another Infinity Stone, which I would like to argue the Time Stone is probably the most powerful stone. I don't know. I really like the story. Benedict, I can't say his name. Benedict Cumberbatch is also a really good actor. And I think I also like seeing the like villain to hero story. I feel like that's kind of what it is because he's a dick in this movie at the beginning. Then he basically, not all the way, but he turns his life around quite a bit. And I really like his character arc from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be mad at me for this, but I think I'm gonna put it in Try Me Beyonce. I really enjoy this movie. I'm also gonna put it in front of Civil War. I think it's a little better. Up next is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think I said in my last video that I actually remember this movie more than I remember the first Guardians. And I think for good reason, because I actually think this movie is better than the first one. And little baby Groot is so cute. I mean, look at him. He's adorable.
Hey, Groot. Whoa!
Music in this movie, once again, top tier. And I love that we're starting to see Gamora open up more to Quill or Star-Lord. You see more of her soft side in this movie, which I really love. But you also see her skeptical side because she knows that something's up right from the beginning. Well, I guess maybe not right from the beginning because she did encourage him to go to Ego's planet. Outside of that, she was the first person to be like, yeah, this is sus. This movie is super fun though. It's so funny, and the colors in the movie too, especially on Ego's planet, it's just beautiful. But I'm not sure I can put this in the top category. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it in the top category. I think it deserves to go up there. Next movie. Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I don't remember this movie a whole lot. I do remember it being very good though and enjoying it a lot. I think I have only seen it the one time though. I do think it's a great introduction for Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland really captures how Peter Parker is supposed to be. He's this nerdy, awkward kid who's just trying to survive high school. He just also so happens to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Also, I love that Tony Stark is basically his mentor, just showing him the ropes. But I don't think it's top tier, so for that reason, I'm gonna have to put it in Try Me Beyonce. A lot of movies in Try Me Beyonce. I do think I'm gonna put it in front of Doctor Strange though, because again, it's just a little bit better. The next movie we got is Thor Ragnarok. This movie is chef's kiss. We get to see a different side of Thor that we never got to see in the beginning. Movie is hysterical. And that scene at the very end of the movie just brings this movie all shooting through the Bifrost. Also, the fact that he catches Loki, his tricks and his schemes, he's like, nah, you've done this to me too many times already. I get it.
Surprise.
Also, I think this was just, it was such a good movie to come back from Thor the Dark World. Like after that, I'm sure nobody was expecting this movie to be that good. Automatically, Avengers Assemble. Yep. It is that good. It's going in front of Guardians too. We have another great movie now, Black Panther. I never ended up seeing this movie in theaters, but I wish that I did. I also don't think I saw it before Infinity War either, because between phases 2 and 3 was kind of when I was falling away from Marvel, and then Infinity War is what sucked me back in. Oh, but you know I went and watched this movie after that movie. And honestly, this movie got so much praise, and deservedly so. It is a great movie. I love that we learn where the vibranium comes from and that we get to see the threats that we're trying to come after them, and that's why they're in hiding. Also, just the clip in the beginning that's like it's like the still motions or whatever. It's not actual actors. I love that that's the beginning of the movie, and it's just telling you the story straight up right before the movie even starts. Also, too, the scene at the very end when Michael B. Jordan is about to die and they're just looking off the cliff. Beautiful. So pretty. The visuals in this movie super good. But yeah, I think this deserves to be in the top tier as well. I don't hate me, but I think Ragnarok's a little better. You can disagree with me in the comments. And that brings us to Avengers Infinity War, the movie that destroyed Marvel fans. I went and saw this movie after being removed from Marvel for a few years. And let me just tell you, I bawled my eyes out in that theater. Also, I think for a movie to be able to just hit you that hard and just make you cry, make an entire fan base cry like that, they did something right. I honestly don't even feel like I need to do any more of an explanation. It's gonna go in Avengers Assemble, for sure. I think it's gonna go behind Black Panther, though. I don't think I'm gonna put it at the very front of the list. Because as great as this movie is, it's just not quite as good as that movie. And now we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Another really great movie. Are we gonna have anything in the bottom 3? Because I can already tell you right now, this is not going in the bottom 3. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I actually think I like this one more than the first Ant-Man. He's already established as a character, and I love that we add the Wasp in there too. Another bad girl. This movie is really funny too. I'm sure thanks to Paul Rudd also. But the whole movie is surrounded by the fact that he's under house arrest too. And there's so many like exciting scenes where you think he's gonna get caught, you think he's gonna get in trouble, and then he ends up getting away with it because he's back at home. He's been at home this whole time. I do really like this movie. There's so many great moments in this movie. But I don't think it belongs in Avengers Assemble. I think I'm gonna put it in Try Me Beyonce. I do think it's better than Doctor Strange, but I'm not sure it's better than Spider-Man Homecoming. So I think I'm gonna put it there. I think I might have spoke too soon when I said that all the movies were gonna end up in the top 2, because now we got Captain Marvel. It's not that I don't enjoy this movie, I just feel like this movie was kind of squished in there because they needed it for Endgame. I just feel like if that plot point wasn't in Infinity War, there would be no reason to have this movie. Or maybe not that there wouldn't be any reason to have it, I just feel like it would have been made later. It's not a bad movie at all, but it's just not very good. I do like that we figure out why Fury is wearing an eye patch, and it's for a reason that none of us would have thought.
Those bad guys still in there somewhere. Oh, motherfucking!
Because it was just a little kitty. Okay, not a kitty, but you know what I mean. He looks like a kitty. This movie just kind of seemed boring to me. There were a lot of parts where I was like, you need to speed this movie along. It's just the runtimes. I'm feeling the runtime right now. Also, does she have any weaknesses? I feel like there's no way to destroy her unless you have the Power Stone. Girl, where were you in Infinity War? When the universe that you claim to protect the entire universe, you were nowhere to be found when Thanos was on Earth. I think that docks her down just a bit. All jokes aside, I don't remember this movie super well, mostly because I didn't really enjoy it that much. I actually might put this movie below mid. I think I'm gonna put it in You're Being a Really Bad Friend. Maybe that's too harsh, but you know what? This is my list. I can do what I want. And now we have Endgame. Beautiful movie. Such a great way to end this dynasty of MCU. We were waiting for this movie from all the way back in like 2010. They were dropping hints at Thanos just so many times. So good. And the way everybody comes together in the end, there is no way to top that. Also, when Captain America is standing by himself, nobody by him, and he's just staring at Thanos and his army, and the camera pans out and you just see the sky and everything. It's such a beautiful shot. It's such a good moment in the movie because he's the guy who's like,
I can do this all day.
he's willing to fight that army on his own with no help. Then the Falcon, you just hear him in his earpiece saying on your left, brings it full circle. It's such a great moment. I love that they started off that way. And then also you have Hawkeye and his family and how he lost all of them and he's going rogue, and I could go on and on and on about this movie. There's so many good moments in this movie. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen those clips of them acting with like the green screen and stuff all behind them and stuff. It looks so real on the screen. I'd be laughing at the fact that Mark Ruffalo is wearing a suit with a bunch of dots on it and I have to look at something above his head. I don't know. I just really, really like this movie. This is definitely going on Avengers Assemble in front of all of them. It's decided. Now we have Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't remember this movie all that well. I will say, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I saw Jake Gyllenhaal being a villain pretty early on. I think that just means that I watch a lot of movies though. I don't think that means anything. It is interesting to see like their high school, people who disappeared from the snap and people that didn't. The world has been affected from the snap. You see it a little bit from like Endgame, but you don't see the aftermath of when everybody is brought back. I do love that at the very end of the movie, because the entire movie he's trying to be like, I'm the next Tony Stark. Everybody's expecting me to be the next Tony Stark. At the very end of the movie, he's like, you know what? I'm never going to be Tony Stark ever, but I'm still my own person. I can be close to what he was. Like Tony Stark said, he just wants you to be better. He doesn't want you to be him. He wants you to be better. And that scene at the very end too, when he's messing around with the technology like Tony Stark. So I think based off the fact that I don't remember this movie super well, I think I'm gonna put it behind Civil War on Try Me Beyonce. I don't think it deserves to be in the middle. I don't think it's a mid movie. I think it's okay. Next we have Black Widow, another movie that I actually don't remember super well. I love that we get to see Hopper and Florence Pugh though. The family dynamic that they have, I think it's really funny. It's pretty good.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
Yes, yes, you are. You're going to
I
get
don't
the-
slouch.
You're going to get the back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my God, this.
Up.
All right, enough. All of you.
I didn't say anything. That's not fair.
Here's what's gonna
I
happen.
don't want any food.
Eat a little something,
Hey,
Elaine.
you're gonna tell.
But I do like this movie because we finally get to see where Black Widow came from. And I love the girl power moments in this movie. There's a lot of them. I love girl power.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
And Florence Pugh, I love her in this movie. She's so good. And I saw this. This isn't my original idea that I came up with. This is something that I saw on a TikTok. They pointed out the fact that she is so emotional and she's still doing that accent at the same time, and how that's incredibly hard for an actor or actress. I applaud you, Florence Pugh. Great performance. I think the story is actually pretty good in this movie. I do remember enjoying it. Don't remember every little detail, but I like that they show that it's like, this is what she was doing in between Civil War and Infinity War. I don't think that this movie deserves to be in the top, but I also don't think it deserves to be in the bottom. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Next, we have Shang-Chi. I hope I'm saying that right. I think this movie was really good. I really enjoyed this movie. Also, if you're into Pokemon, I noticed that it looks like Ninetales in there when they go to the little area. I also find it interesting that they use the Mandarin, the actor Mandarin, not the actual Mandarin, but they use him as part of, he's a little bit of a main character in this story. And I also just love fun little Easter eggs like that when you see something from one movie and it was from a different movie. I love that. Marvel does a lot of that. Also, I think her name is Aquafina. I love her. She's so funny. Any movie she's in, gonna be a little bit higher in my opinion.
Thank you.
As much as I remember this movie being really good, I actually don't remember the details of this movie a whole lot. Like, I'm cheating a little bit by not being able to put it in its spot maybe that it deserves, but I think I'm gonna put it in the middle. Even though it's like in between Try Me Beyonce and Dormammu, I've come to bargain. I'm gonna put it in front of Black Widow. I'll be a little bit harsher. Just when I thought we weren't gonna have a movie in the bottom row, we got Eternals. This movie, I'm not even gonna lie, I barely remember it. This movie's pretty boring. Like, I remember bits and pieces of it, but like the main story, I don't even really remember. I feel like that says something in and of itself. If you watch a movie and you just don't remember it, it's just really not that good. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain myself anymore. It's going and I don't wanna go because I don't wanna go see this movie again. Ooh, now we have Spider-Man No Way Home. Say what you want about this movie. This movie was a fun time. I had so much fun watching this movie, seeing all the characters from the old Spider-Man movies and bringing it, like the whole multiverse concept of everything. So fun. And seeing all of the different Spider-Mans like banter off of each other was just, it was so good to see. It was like that meme where the Spider-Man are all like looking at each other like that and they're pointing at each other. It was literally that meme in real life. Like, I get it. There's plot holes and stuff in this movie and whatever, but it's still such a good movie. I had so much fun watching it. I can't even tell you how much I laughed. It was so fun. And sometimes that's all you want in a movie. You just want it to be a good time, which this movie is. So because of the plot holes and stuff that it has, I'm still gonna put this in Avengers Assemble because I just feel like it deserves to be up there. I'll put it at the end though. It's gonna go after everything. This is my list, I can do what I want. Next up, we have Multiverse of Madness. Like, it was fun seeing like different universes and stuff, but I just wasn't a big fan of this movie. I will say though, I love that they made Scarlet Witch the villain because she is so powerful and there's nothing scarier than seeing a super powerful villain. Whole just because she wanted a family too, like girl. Oh my god. But also, I feel like I'm ranking this a little bit unfairly. I feel like Marvel was experimenting in the horror genre with this movie, and I'm not much of a horror gal. I don't like jump scares. I don't. There were a few in this movie, and it made me enjoy it just that much less. It's not horrible, so it's not gonna go in I don't wanna go, but I think I'm gonna put it in you're being a really bad friend. Yes, you are being a bad friend if you take me to see this movie. All right, final two movies. We got Thor, Love and Thunder. Another movie that I was super excited to see, but didn't enjoy it that much. I feel like they were just trying too hard to be like Ragnarok because that movie was just so good, but it just fell flat. It's not a bad movie by all means, but it's not super good. And also, I feel like we got to see Jane again. She's literally back for that one movie and now she's gone. It was just tough because yes, we saw her in the original movie and she was pretty good, but it was really hard to grow an attachment to her because it was just one single movie and they just killed her off. Like, maybe if she was in like a couple previous movies and like you kind of grew an attachment towards her and then you find out, oh my god, she's got cancer and then she dies, that would hit a little bit harder than this movie because I feel like there just wasn't enough time in this movie for you to really get attached to her. I love her as female Thor. I mean, like, girl empowering moment, yes, but this is one of those movies where at the end the movie obviously wants you to cry really bad, but I didn't feel super emotional. I feel like if a movie doesn't make you super emotional like that, the movie's not doing something right. So I think for those reasons, I'm gonna put it in the middle because it's not bad, but it's not super good either. So Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That's where you're going. Last, but certainly not least, we have Wakanda Forever. Now, I actually didn't see this movie until this week. I think it was a good movie. I mean, Shuri, would you agree? She agrees. Like, there's a lot of good moments in this movie. I will say, I don't know, the beginning is really tough for me because I understand that they had to do the movie a certain way at the very beginning to like get it out there that Chadwick Boseman's not going to be in this movie, which I mean, such a shame. But I don't know if it was I wanted more. It's really tough for me to pinpoint what exactly was off about the beginning scene, but it's just tough because, I mean, what are they supposed to do? But I felt like the beginning was just a little bit rushed to get that part over with to get to the beginning of the movie. But I mean, Shuri is Black Panther. I'm here for it. I love Shuri. She is one of my favorite characters in the entire cinematic universe. She's like the female version of Tony Stark, but she's not a prick. Also, when she does become Black Panther and she sees Killmonger, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not expecting that. So I think I don't think it deserves to be in Avengers Assemble because it's not quite up there, but I do think it belongs to be in Try Me Beyonce. I do think I'm gonna put it in between Doctor Strange and Ant-Man and the Wasp because I don't think I like it more than those two movies, but I do think I like it more than Doctor Strange. And there we are. That is my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be sure to post this tier list on my Twitter, so if you'd like to go check that out, I have my socials linked in my description below. Also, if you guys could please like and subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it. That's all I got for you today. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great week next week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.